Dr. Rasheed Draman, this actually opens up a whole new conversation, a conversation we've been having for a while about, where the party's influence on their members in parliament, the limits to that. What sort of influence is acceptable for you? Considering how powerful the party, you have a whip system. A whip system, in essence, has been put there so that the party will have some influence in whipping people to toe the line, if you may. What sort of influence is acceptable?
Well, Evans, I think the parties are always going to have some level of influence on their members because, like you said, they were all elected on the tickets of these parties. But for me, I think at the end of the day, the key thing is, the process, how the processes are managed in terms of decision making between party headquarters and parliament. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to create an impression that, these elected members are there to take instructions, without a say from party headquarters. So at the end of the day, I think for me, there's always going to be influence, but most of the influence, we know over the years, has been behind the scenes. You consult, you negotiate, you give and you take, and at the end of the day, you arrive at a decision that when that decision is made by the party, the whole caucus is behind that decision. Because look, until we get rid of this political party system, which I think is not possible in the foreseeable future, we are going to continue to live with this situation where the political parties exert a lot of influence to the extent that, if you even defy the orders of the party or you are seen to be a rebel. And I think that we have examples, in recent times, within the NPP caucus, where, we know, even though publicly nobody is saying it, people were punished, at the primaries because, they led certain kind of, took certain positions that were seen not to be in tandem with the position of the party. So that influence is always going to be there. But I think it has to be done in a way that gives us the confidence, that at least there is some democracy happening in parliament. That at the end of the day, there is inclusion, there is participation, and there's transparency in how decisions are made. Otherwise, we are going to have a situation where, as you know already, Parliament is one of the institutions in our republic, as well as in many republics, that is not trusted. Data after data after data. Sometimes even the presidency is trusted by the citizenry more than Parliament, and that is quite disturbing.
And you blame the overbearing party influence for this?
Well, that is part of it. Because if we have a situation where, for instance, people think that somebody sits somewhere at the party headquarters because, the leaders of the political party, and then they direct members of parliament on this matter, we want you to vote in this way. I don't think an institution like that would endear itself to the people. So that is part of, there are so many other issues. Issues that sometimes cannot be discussed in public. But I think this is part of the problem.